Everyone loves a Gemini, right? They're the charming, witty, social butterfly who can light up any room. So why do so many of them struggle to find a love that actually lasts? It's not just bad luck. It's a series of hidden, self-sabotaging behaviors practically hardwired into their personality. And trust me, once you see the pattern, you won't be able to unsee it. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain, exposing the core reasons why Geminis inadvertently push love away, and more importantly, how they can finally break that cycle. Behavior number 1, perpetual indecision. Geminis are famous for seeing every single angle, weighing all the pros and cons. But in relationships, that incredible talent often mutates into pure paralysis. One day, they're meticulously planning a romantic couple's trip to Lisbon, dreaming of future adventures together. The very next, they secretly Googling how to be single in your 30s or best solo travel destinations. Their partners feel that emotional whiplash, and quietly, almost imperceptibly, they start packing their emotional bags. The root of this isn't malice. It's Mercury's lightning-fast data processing in overdrive. Options never stop spawning in a Gemini's mind, so making a final choice feels less like a commitment and more like a death sentence to their precious freedom. Until a Gemini learns that commitment is a starting line for something new, not a cage, the relationship carousel just keeps spinning. Behavior number 2, jokes as armor. Sarcasm isn't just a language for Geminis. It's practically their native tone. And it's hilarious. Until the first "I love you" from a partner gets answered with a perfectly timed, but utterly deflecting meme. Humor is a brilliant tool, but when it's used constantly to deflect vulnerability, it keeps connections frustratingly shallow. Psychologists have a name for it, an avoidant attachment strategy. Exes, however, just call it infuriating. The real tragedy here is that Geminis do feel deeply, perhaps more than most. But the moment those raw emotions surface, their brain reflexively reaches for a punchline like a life raft, pushing intimacy away. Partners eventually tire of laughing with someone who never seems to truly cry with them. They crave genuine connection, not just entertainment. Behavior number 3, boredom threshold of a fruit fly. Geminis crave novelty the way most people crave oxygen. It's a fundamental need for mental stimulation and fresh experiences. When those initial hormonal fireworks of a new relationship inevitably fade, they often misinterpret calm intimacy as a sign of failure or stagnation, and then they bolt. Research suggests the average Gemini begins fantasizing about exit routes around month 9, sometimes even sooner if conversations become too routine or predictable. The pattern is tragically predictable. They chase with passion, conquer with charm, lose interest when the excitement dips, and then repeat the cycle. Each ghosting or sudden departure feels justified to them as sparing their feelings, but the growing trail of blocked numbers and confused exes tells a much different and much sadder story. Behavior number 4, the private scorecard. Because a Gemini processes life in dualities, always weighing two sides, they keep an invisible ledger in their mind. One column is for all the butterflies and joys, the other for every irritation and perceived flaw. Instead of communicating their gripes or concerns openly, they silently tally, waiting for the con side to definitively outweigh the pro. When that internal scale finally tips, they vanish, leaving partners utterly blindsided, wondering what went wrong. This behavior masquerades as fairness or rational assessment, but in reality, it's just conflict avoidance dressed up as cold, hard logic. By the time the unspoken breakup memo arrives, the other person has already been demoted to X in the Gemini's mind, long before they even knew there was a problem. If you're a Gemini nodding along, or you're dating one and desperately need a translation guide, do us a favor. Tap that like button so the algorithm shows this to more trapped romantics. And hey, subscribe for weekly, no-fluff astrology that actually solves problems instead of just roasting signs. Awareness alone isn't enough to change deeply ingrained patterns. True action is what rewires the brain. First, practice micro-commitments. Start small. Pick tonight's restaurant in under 10 seconds, and crucially, don't second-guess your choice. Each tiny, definitive decision trains your nervous system to tolerate finality and build trust in your own choices. Second, schedule no-joke zones. Set aside 10 minutes daily where you commit to speaking plainly about your feelings, without any sarcasm or deflection. It'll feel like emotional CrossFit at first, challenging and a bit awkward, but over time, your partners will start trusting your words and your emotional presence again. Third, proactively design shared novelty. Geminis crave mental stimulation and new experiences, so instead of fleeing when things get boring, build that excitement into the relationship. Take a class together, explore a new city, or dive into a shared challenging hobby. This ensures the relationship itself keeps evolving, preventing that restless urge to bolt when the initial spark settles. Finally, externalize that private scorecard. Instead of keeping a silent tally, create a shared note on your phone or a physical journal where you both list joys and grievances. Review it together every Sunday night, openly and honestly. This transparency dissolves the silent ledger and builds genuine teamwork, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for growth. Geminis absolutely don't have to die alone, surrounded by unread text drafts and a graveyard of half-finished dating app conversations. The very same mercurial mind that so easily spins elaborate webs of escape can, with conscious effort, weave strong, beautiful bridges of connection. It all starts once you recognize the self-sabotage playbook. Commitment isn't the enemy of freedom. It's actually the secure container that allows love to grow deep enough to truly matter. Master these 4 behaviors, and the twin within you finally stops fighting itself, finding harmony and lasting connection. If this helped you, drop a Geminis are staying. Comment below, share this with the flighty air sign you care about, and subscribe for